I think the timeline placement for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom has been staring us in the face, and we've just chosen to ignore it. So all we have from official sources is that Breath of the Wild takes place after Ocarina of Time and after every other game in the chronology. Of course, that last quote came prior to the release of Tears of the Kingdom, which is obviously now the latest game in the chronology. There is still some debate about the ancient past of Tears of the Kingdom, since the setting is told to us as Hyrule's founding. At first, a lot of fans speculated that this was a refounding, and that was fueled by a quote by Hidemaru Fujiwara. I believe this is the original founding, but I'm getting sidetracked. If these games take place after Ocarina of Time, that would mean they either have to occur in one of the timeline splits, or the splits converge at some point in between and end up leading into Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. There are reasons to believe in a convergence, such as the presence of both Rito and Zora, but there's also reasons not to believe in the convergence. I want to point something out that I believe is a huge indicator on where these games truly sit in the timeline. In creating a champion, we get a timeline of events for Breath of the Wild. It starts with the Era of Myth, which I believe refers to the original timeline we were given where all the other canon Zelda games take place. The first line describes the founding of the Hyrulean Kingdom, or the beginning of the timeline. The second line seems to describe the events of Ocarina of Time, describing Ganondorf and his transformation into Dark Beast Ganon, and that's where the split occurs. The final line describes an endless cycle of Ganon being revived and sealed away, and there's only one branch of the timeline where this occurs, and that's the Downfall timeline. The Era of Myth section in the Breath of the Wild timeline perfectly describes the Downfall timeline, and so that's where I believe the Wild Era games take place. Subscribe for more Zelda.